In this episode tonight, coming up, it's more chat about football.
Oh, we're in the stand.
Come on, the steel referee, you bum pot!
I didn't like that decision. It wasn't the right decision. What do you think at home?
Respect the referees. Yeah, here we are. Another Corby Town TV podcast coming at you. And tonight we're in the stand.
We are in the stand after our little break that we had to have. Mr. Muggins here was burnt out, so, you know, we're back at it now, aren't we?
I'm still shattered.
Are you?
I've had a day of it, I tell you. But no, it's good to see you back. It's good that you're well. So, should we talk about the last game of the season? No, because it was rubbish.
I think what we should say is, and what I will say, I was absolutely delighted with the reaction of the team. I think from the last 20 games, we lost 3. And this all came from a time where the players took wage cuts, there was struggle, there was strife at the club. So you've got a full respect to Gary and all the players.
So, no, it has been a good season if we consider that where we could have been. I mean, we all know 2023 was not the best time here at Steel Park, but some of the performance we've put in, never been really bad. The 2 teams that have been promoted, because they are Spalding and Market Harbour Town.
Yep.
We did well against them both.
Yeah, best 2 teams in the league, really.
We did well against the team that came third. That would be Anstey.
Yep.
So we're not licking our wounds. We're thinking this is a perfect position and a fabulous foundation for next season.
And we only lost 1 game by more than 1 goal all season. We were competitive. It's just unfortunate that we didn't win our first home game till New Year's Day. And I'm sure we all know that by now. Otherwise, we might be singing a different tune here.
Oh, most certainly. If we'd won maybe 3 of those games, only 3 of those games in the period like September to October, November, if we converted those from defeats to victories, we'd have been in the playoffs.
We would have been.
And, probably playing today or something. But never mind. We are back, and I know that you're liking that. So if you're enjoying this, hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification button. Do that now.
And the really good news come out of Corby Town, and I think everyone is going to be delighted. If you haven't seen it on the website, Gary signed up for another year.
Come on, a set ball.
And I would imagine that means Darren will be with him, will he?
Yeah, he's also been busy on the socials. Dazza is back. So hopefully there'll be a couple of games that we get to chat with him afterwards, because he likes that kind of role.
I bet he didn't mention West Ham yesterday, did he?
No. But then again, I've watched the last 4 games of Tottenham getting beaten, and they've all been garbage. So, it's I'm not talking about it.
Yep.
I'm not talking about that kind of football.
No.
Don't need to talk about that kind of football.
No.
But, yes, so Darren and Setch are back. We'll be here at the beginning of next season. I'm not too sure how many of the players will be coming back.
Well, there's a thing, isn't it? I think it's best left to Gary. What we will say is that Callum Thomas won 2 awards.
He did.
At the end of the season.
Well, Cal.
And I think Tristan won the manager's player,
He did. He won the manager's player of the season, whilst Cal picked up the supporters player and the the players player.
Yep.
So it was a great event, though, because we just had 703 here in the ground for the last game of the season, and we all trotted over there to the steel bar, and it was still busy in there, and we'd moved things out of the way, and it was all right. We're up on the stage, and we didn't particularly have a good PA, but people bared with us and could hear what we were saying. And there was photos taken, and you can see them on the socials on the Corby Town Instagram account. Certainly, there's pictures. And it just felt nice that people then actually turned up for the evening after the fact they got beat. So it was not bad. And I also feel as if people have understood what's trying to be happening with the steel bar, because we need the funds from that financial event and from that financial kind of thing we have there to actually put money back into the club. And I think that will work so much more. We've got so many things coming up. We've got Sham 69 on the 11th of May, and we've got Theatre of Hate with Kurt Brandon on the 31st of May. I will be at both because I really like both those bands.
Well done.
There you go.
Well done. There's the advert. What I'd like to see is, and hopefully we will see, is now the bar is sorted out, that maybe the away days they pick up from the club. And
it would be nice, if the away fans or the fans that go into the away games can start here at Steel Bar and pick up the old bus from the car park rather than going down the road and using a place and spending money in there, which no funds go back into the club. And I think that's the point that needs to be made. And I think if they can do that, that will be well appreciated.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Then the debate comes as the month drags on, what league are we going to go in? Who are we going to be playing? It could be some interesting new teams
we're
going to face.
The teams below in that drop-down kind of pyramid system, somebody was talking about Needham Market, and that's a long way away.
I think they've gone up.
Have they gone up?
Yeah. So, they were in the Southern Premier League. They've gone up.
Right, okay. So there may be a couple of more teams, and oddly, what happened on the last game of the season, when we were in the bar, this was about 5:45 before we even kicked off the presentation, that Diamonds, who won that afternoon but went down, relegated, they rose like a spectacular phoenix as Luga Baruga, Dynamo, said, we can't afford to be in league anymore and we're going to drop out. We're going to take voluntary kind of relegation. So thanks to Loughborough.
Has that been confirmed yet?
I believe that has, yeah. And I think that it means going forward that we will be playing, I would imagine, Diamonds up here on one of those bank holidays and over there on one of those bank holidays.
Yes, well, there's a bit of news on that. Diamonds now have agreed a deal with Wellingborough Town.
Yeah.
So they are now moving back to Wellingborough Town, the Dog and Duck. So you would think we're going to end up with two journeys there.
Yeah.
And we will still go to Loughborough next season, because congratulations to Loughborough students who won the playoff, and they are going to be moving up to our level. It all depends which way they decide to go, I guess. And there are some other teams, Worcester City, Racing Club Warwick. They're the sort of teams that have come up. So
I don't mind a trip to Racing Club Warwick.
Racing Club Warwick?
It's always great to go to a place where they've got a castle.
I was going to say that there's a castle there, isn't there?
And an interesting point on histrionics, the first ever away game that I went to see Corby Town was at the Dog and Duck as they played.
Wow. Well, yes. 54 years since their last promotion, so they've done well. Yeah, just like to say well done Callum Mill. Callum Mill scored for Wellingborough today. They were playing in the UCL League Cup final. I don't know the final result, but I know that he scored.
Very good.
And the only reason I mention that is because Gary did lend him out there for a game or so. Yeah.
In the same way that you lent out Greg Mills to go.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I'd like to see Greg Mills back. He said himself he needs to get a bit more fit than what he was. But I still think he's a player to have on your team. You don't want to be playing against him. So let's hopefully keep him for the start of the season. But as I say, we don't know who's staying, who's going. But I'm sure that Setch is going to be sitting down having those conversations. Maybe not yet. Has he gone already on holiday? I bet he hasn't, has he? Oh, I bet he hasn't.
He was at the playoff game, wasn't he?
Oh, was he?
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, apparently so.
I mean, there'll be a few players out there that maybe don't want to go up, or maybe because we all said at the beginning of the season there was a couple of players that were quite old, and do they want to be going up? Because it's just more journey time, isn't it? They're getting
quite old.
So when I say quite old, I mean more than 25.
Yeah.
So but we'll wait and see.
Yep, we will indeed. We'll crack in now, shall we? Very simply, the ladies have dropped out of the promotion spots, not because they played, because they didn't play and Desborough did. So they are now third in the league, but they are a point behind with a game in hand. So
they've got it all to play for. They know what they have to do.
Yeah, I think the next game is here against Kingsthorpe Jets, I believe. And it might even be...
this weekend?
Yeah, it might be. Because one thing we are going to do, I should have mentioned, and we'd spoken before, we're going to record these on a different day, and they're going to be released on a Thursday or Friday, which is going to make my life so much easier, where I'm not trying to edit it and then get it out over the weekend when we're playing football. So... it's just too much stress for me and too much hassle. So, yeah.
So hopefully it just means better viewing for you because it's going to be more up to date and it's going to be relevant to the weekend ahead rather than being a weekend behind. So hopefully that means you'll like it more, which means you'll put more thumbprints on it, then more people will enjoy it and see it. And hopefully that helps the club out.
Yeah, it does. We hope to do that. We're trying to do the best we can for you. Under 18s, under 18s, the title is in their hands now. Russian Diamonds lost for the first time in the league. Corby are 10 points ahead of them. Russian have 3 games in hand. Corby's last 3 games are away at Kettering, away at Rushden, and home here to Rushden in the league.
That's 6 points rare there, isn't it?
Well,
it's not. It's ultimately 12 points, isn't it?
Yeah. So the league title is in Corby's hands. Tonight, as we're recording this, we have a League Cup semi-final where, again, it's between Russian and Diamonds and Corby here at Steel Park. So, yeah. They're going to be familiar with each other by the end of the next 3 weeks.
And, they'll sort each other out. They know what... But Corby, as you say, it's in their hands to take it to them and achieve that result that needs to be taken. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. And hopefully it will be as good for the under-18s as it was for the under-15s.
Yes, the
under-14s.
Under-14s.
14s. Who won at... where were they playing? Were they playing Nuneaton Way?
Yeah, they were, yeah.
The last day of the season, they won that game. And
Did they play at Liberty Way, actually, with Nuneaton's ground?
Yeah, and they were here, of course, on the last game of the season. They walked around the ground, and well done. It just shows that we've got the talent in the town to actually take it forward, and hopefully, it's going to be a good foundation for the first team going forward. There's players coming out of the town, there's players playing football, and we don't know what's happening. We had a couple of players on loan from other clubs at the end of the season. It would be great to see some of them back next season. I mean, Tom Finch, great keeper, but if we've got young players that we can fall back on, I know Stanley's been on the bench. He's played for the under-18s a bit in the and they've got it all to lose, haven't they? They've got all to lose, all to win. Let's be positive. Come on.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, I'm off to Doncaster.
The races?
No.
The
only other time I went to Doncaster, I never meant to go.
Nobody wants to go to Doncaster.
I was helping my mother-in-law on the train from Peterborough, and I carried all her bags in, and then my missus was standing on the platform, and it took a little bit of shoving and getting all the bags in, because obviously, they're older people and whatever. And next thing she sees me is my face against the window and the train's going that way.
So you were stuck on a train. You were
I was.
riding illegally.
Yeah, it was a bit of a explaining to do when I get the other end. Anyways, the under-15s are playing in a cup final on Saturday, and they're playing at Doncaster Rovers Stadium.
Excellent. Oh, a day out, and that's something you can enjoy a day out like that. I've never been to Doncaster. I've often tried to get there because it's a hop, skip, and a jump away from Sheffield, and a lot cheaper staying in Doncaster than it is in Sheffield.
Yep, and the podcast will be there because I'm going.
All right, cool. So
you're not going, are you?
No,
you're not going.
Invited.
You're not.
No. Oh, what date is this?
Saturday.
This Saturday?
Yeah.
Can't do it. I'm off to see. I'll be in the Steel Bar.
Why?
Because Sham 69 are playing.
Oh, is it this Saturday? Is it? Oh, well, okay.
So
yeah. So we'll be doing that, and I'll try and do the best I can and talk to myself.
Or get some of the youth team managers in, or there'll be people there.
Yeah, of course. We'll do our best. It just seems silly not to go there.
Yes, most certainly. It does make me think, though, if there's anybody out there in Corby Town land that really want to come and speak to us on our podcast for people out there to hear about, do it. Come and contact us, please. I know that the Stricklands want to come on, don't
they? They do.
Him and the Alpha Tanker Services guys.
Yep. Yeah.
So we'll organise that. That would be quite interesting. Alan's got a few stories.
I'm sure he has.
And he is a Leeds fan, and he's not happy about things.
No.
But we can get them together, and we do need to get a couple of the fans in again and discuss things with them as they go forward, because they went away so many times last season and were the backbone and the support, the 12th man behind the goal, and had a good time out, and we need to get some of them in. So that would be a good thing.
Yes, very good.
What else are we doing?
We're looking at each other, aren't we? Do you think we've covered a lot today?
I think we have. I think there's a lot of information out there, but I think what people need to know is when the fixtures are out, and we don't know, but it was sometime in July. Because the Premiership, the new fixtures come out end of June. So I think by the middle of July, we certainly know. We will know who we're playing in the FA Cup. And
you're looking for the changing rooms. Yeah. That's all right, guys. There was some of the Russian players coming in, just in case you wonder why I was going like that. Looking for the changing rooms.
So our fans will want to know when the fixtures are coming out. Of course, the Premiership fixtures come out that last week of June, usually around the time of Glastonbury, because I know I've been at Glastonbury on so many occasions, and the fixtures have turned up in the papers. So our fixtures don't come out until about July time, but we should know by then who we're playing in the FA Cup in the preliminary rounds.
I'm sure we will.
And also in the, I think it's the trophy as well.
Okay.
So now I did see some writings the other day about, somebody had made some discussions about the Hillier Cup, because that was a torrid affair, wasn't it? Goalless. Kettering versus Diamonds. Diamonds won it. I think they wanted it more, but it's odd that they finished the season in what was relegation, but not relegated, and winning the trophy that nobody wants to take part in Northamptonshire. Northants FA, pull your finger out, make it pre-season tournament involving all the teams in the Shire. That would just be nice, wouldn't it?
Yep. Very good.
And then we wouldn't need to do all these fixtures where we go travelling. We could just play them go to Kettering. To play at Kettering or Burnt Latimer pre-season, the pitch would be playable.
I was there the other night.
Was it playable?
It was better than the last time I went there. As you know, I do a lot of cup finals, Sunday League stuff and youth cup finals. The under-18s youth cup finals are the 16th, 23rd and 30th. So we'll know more after today and the next week if we're in any of them. So, yeah.
I'm sure that we're in a good place. I think we've got good teams out there, all performing under the badges of Corby Town. And I know that also the walking football, they've done very well indeed as well.
Have they really? You know?
And I only know this much because the new barman, the new bar owner, the bar manager is Richard Eaton, and he plays for the walking football team. So that's a good thing as well. It's more connectivity now. It feels as if it's pulling all in the same way. So that's a good thing. But yeah.
And well done. They've now got the ladies walking football up and running, haven't they?
Have they?
I saw a poster of that. They had one session. They were really pleased with the turnout. And I'll stick the poster details that they shared.
Because there's a big difference between men's walking football, because you have to be over 55. Yeah. But in ladies walking football, you only have to be over 35. And frankly, Michael, I don't think any of them are 35 at all. They all look very much younger than that. Yeah.
Anyways, I think we'll wrap it up because more players are coming in now, and
they'll be storming us just to get on this wonderful podcast.
Yeah, it will indeed.
So, as we've said, this is Corby Town TV. we are a podcast, especially for Corby Town. What do we need to hit?
Like, subscribe,
And notification.
and notification, that bell that keeps coming on the screen.
And especially with the fact that these podcasts will probably change date. You reckon you're trying to get them out for a Thursday night. So
Thursday or Friday night,
so
yeah.
you'll need that notification going forward to make sure you hit it, because you wouldn't want to miss one before a big game. But if anything happens here at Steel Park in the close season, me and Michael will be here to update you with all the news and any kind of spectacular information that you need to have at your fingertips here on Corby Town TV.
Indeed.
All right then, what do we do now?
Well, I think what we do is say goodnight.
Good night.